On in the year when it's just the mums and no babies, it'll be a sort of a pregnancy roost in there with a whole lot of that. And then the mums will come out and they'll feed all night, and they might hang up in the tree over there or down the bottom of the hill by the bridge somewhere like that, rather than come back here. But in the morning they'll come back and they'll all fly around here in a swarm. If you look out about dawn tomorrow morning, you'll see all these bats flying around in a big swarm, and then they start going back in.
And would they be there, stay there all the year round? So
no, they'll move off to hibernation roosts in the winter, and the next thing you're going to ask me is, where's that? Well, I'll tell you, it's holes in trees and in behind fascia boards, but we haven't really got a clue, because we can count hundreds of bats in these maternity roosts, but we only ever find one or two bats, pipistrelles, in the winter. And that's when somebody happens to take a bit of fascia board off, or somebody lifts a roof somewhere, but they're not all up in the roof. The reason they're up in the roof is because it's warm.
But wouldn't that apply in winter as well?
Pardon?
Wouldn't that apply in winter as well?
No, they want it cold in winter. They want it cold but a very even temperature, so they'll go somewhere where there's a big thermal mass. So they go right into the heart of a stone wall, or right into the middle of a tree, somewhere like that, because they want a big thermal mass which isn't going to fluctuate wildly in temperature. It's no use up there, because sun comes out and it bakes the slates, and then a shower of rain comes down and the slates evaporate cooling, they've cooled right down, so you get wild fluctuation in temperature. When they're up there in the summer, you don't get so much fluctuation in temperature, and if the slates get cold, they'll move down, but there's a lot of hot air trapped up in the apex of the roof, and that's where they'll be, up in the apex.
So when do they move up?
About September, they'll start deserting the maternal roosts.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but it depends very much on the weather, because if there's still good feeding, why move away?
Right,
They'll
okay.
move to wherever the feeding is as soon as the babies are flying. But the likelihood is that it's pretty good feeding around here anyway, so why bother to move?